In this live video, I want to talk to you about the mindset shift from when you are starting a business, such as rent to rent. Exactly how I went about this, because I think it's still very relatable. Because I grew up in a council house estate. I went to a pretty rough school. I had a very, very normal childhood. I got myself a trade. I was an electrician. And then I applied for an apprenticeship at a factory. And then I stayed in that factory for 13 years until I discovered rent to rent. So my entrepreneurial journey has been, I would say, very kind of normal. So my mindset shift, I think a lot of you will be able to relate to it. So if this helps at all, stay tuned. If you're just starting and you're in a normal job and you'd love to escape your job, stay tuned, because I think this will really help. Right. So the first thing I did is I found rent to rent on YouTube, found Samuel Leeds, as we all do. Really inspired me. But I was never going to sign up as a student because I was on a Zoom with hundreds of other people. I went to a crash course and hundreds of other people were running to the back of the room. So I was looking for a one-to-one mentor, someone I could message and they'd get back to me, that person, not a coach. So I eventually found one and I just spam watched everything for 2 weeks. And I signed up to this guy. The very first task was to read this book, Go for No. Because everything you're taught in life growing up is when you're taught no, your brain is telling you you've done something wrong. You're being told off. You're doing something wrong. That's complete opposite. When you're a kid and you want something, you want a chocolate bar. How many times does if you've got nephews, nieces or whatever, and they're asking you for something, even though they're not doing something wrong and you're telling them no, you need to be aware that you're brainwashing them that they're doing something wrong and they're growing up with that. So when Jasper asks me something, I realize the kids have the best traits. They don't give up. They go for no. How many times have they got to ask a question and be told no until we eventually give in, right? And they get the reward. I'm a sucker for that. I let them ask and ask and ask and ask. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. Well done for, staying disciplined and determined to get a yes out of me. You can have half a chocolate bar, right? So I'd never want to drill that out of him. But this book drills it back into us as adults. That when you go for no and you're doing the correct actions, you're not being a dick. You're actually just trying to improve your life by delivering a service. When you're told no, this is the biggest thing as well, guys. This is exceptionally valuable and I hope it helps. You feel like you're doing something wrong. It beats you down. You feel demoralized being told no and no. No, we're not interested in company letters. No, we don't work with company letters. You feel like you're doing something wrong. That's not the case at all. You just haven't found the correct person yet. The correct person to deal with, okay? Keep staying disciplined. Read this freaking book. That is the very first book I read and it changed my whole mindset. It's like, okay, it's just a numbers game. I got to find that person that appreciates my value that I'm trying to deliver. So that's number one. Then here's another big thing. Do not let your thoughts dictate your actions, because you will, but you need to realize it. You need to kind of go above yourself, look down on yourself and think, hey, you're doing that thing again. You're in a mood. You don't feel like it. You're going to start tomorrow, or you're procrastinating. Look at you, you're walking up and down the garden. You feel like you're being productive. Get back to work, make those phone calls, send those emails. Just go into robot mode. Do the work anyway. This is what entrepreneurs do. I've always said, perfect example, right? If Elon Musk's mind just swapped. His mind was put into my body for a day. He would just achieve massive things in a day because he's got the correct mindset. He knows the actions he needs to take. So that tells you it's knowledge and just doing the work. It's nothing to do with how you look, how you talk, your background. It's the value he knows he can deliver to the marketplace. He will get straight to work. Where me, SpaceX would collapse within minutes. Because I haven't got to that level of handling that amount of stress. I haven't got that knowledge. I would not be able to keep that business alive. So that tells you it is skills-based and knowledge. Nothing to do with how I would talk. Nothing to do with anything like that. It's solely knowledge. I wouldn't be able to manage the team he's got, the board of directors. It's all knowledge, right? So that's what you need to tell yourself as well. Don't let your thoughts dictate your actions. You're in a skills-based entrepreneurship. So just learn the tactics and make sure you implement them. If you're not implementing them, then your mind is defeating you. you're letting your thoughts dictate your actions. Do you think I feel like on top of the world every day? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I just go into robot mode and do the work I need to do. I think that's really important. So these are traits of entrepreneurs. Pretty much every entrepreneur come from nothing. They built their business. I built this business from scratch. I got trained. I implemented what I needed to implement. I got a result. I reinvested profits. And I reinvested profits. Which leads me on to the third point. Delayed gratification. A lot of people aren't willing to do that now, because you can get anything you want with a swipe of a finger now. Anything. If you want to watch a certain film, boom, you're watching it. If you want to order something, bang, you've got it in 24 hours, thanks to Amazon Prime. Nobody has delayed gratification. If you want a brand new car, you just get it on tick. You might look at, £300 a month, that's affordable, bang, that's how they've got you. That's how they get you. Everything's affordable, no delayed gratification. No one's willing to try. No one's willing to work hard. No one's willing to hear the words no, because you feel like you're doing everything opposite. Here's a valid point. And this could be number 4, is if the majority of people agree with you, you're doing something wrong, because the majority of people are doing something wrong. They're stuck in the system, much as they don't like to hear it. If you're an entrepreneur, you are exceptional. And to be exceptional, if you want to live an exceptional life, you have to be willing to be an exception. Thus, that point made is you're an exception. You don't agree with the majority of people. I don't agree with the majority of people in terms of a lot of things. You could say that's arrogant, oblivious, and I'd say it's complete opposite. They're oblivious to what's truly happening. They are letting life happen to them. I make life happen for me. If I want to earn more money, I know how to earn more money. I learn a new skill, I implement it, I see if it's valuable, I copy what works. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to create an amazing product to then market it, go on Dragon's Den, to then become a millionaire. You look at business models, what are already in place and working, and you copy it, guys. I get mentors, so then I can go into their business, look at exactly how they're running it, and I copy what works. I onboarded a new mentorship, and I literally looked at how I was onboarded, because I paid a lot of money for this mentorship, and I'm like, okay, I run a mentorship. I run a rent-to-rent mentorship. Rise Up Rent-to-Rent. Kaboom! Best one in the country. So I invested 104,000 into a mentorship. And when I was being onboarded, I looked at the whole process and I was like, this process is unreal. I'm going to implement it in my mentorship. So that's not why I joined that mentorship. I joined it to level up in terms of my business, my mindset, how I implement and grow a team, like loads of separate things. Running ads, okay? But you just copy. I'm not there to be like, what could I invent? You've got to start thinking nothing like you. And it's hard. You're like a hamster on a wheel that needs to keep running to keep your current life together, but you need to be looking elsewhere where you want to go and trying to step off that wheel whilst it's still spinning, and spin it with your hand and get another one spinning. Spinning plates, okay? It is hard, but it's so worth it. And here's the biggest thing, and I'll potentially end on this one, unless something else pops into my mind, is only you can make it happen. You can sign up to the best training, the best mentorship in the world, but if you don't implement it, nothing will change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. The biggest thing for me, and I wish I could, I wish it was possible, but it's impossible. I can't coach hunger. Somebody can pay me $5,000 for me to teach them business and rent-to-rent. But if they're not hungry for change, they won't implement the strategy and they get no results, which leads me to feel guilty. But I've actually come to be and accept the fact that I can't coach hunger. The tactics work. I've got students that are killing it, making so much money. Students join, they get properties, and then they upload their wins to the general chat. So it works. It absolutely works. You just have to be willing to do the work, and you have to be hungry to change, to implement the strategy. All right. So this is how entrepreneurs think, is you don't let your thoughts dictate your actions. You have to be hungry for change. You have to be willing to hear the words no, and no, you're not doing something wrong. It will make you feel shit. It will make you feel like you're pissing people off. It will make you feel like you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You will have family and friends go against you. Your most loved ones telling you're being stupid. I still get it today. Why don't you just go get a job? Why are you working all these hours? I love it. Why does Elon Musk still work? The guy's the richest man on the planet. He can just pack it all up. And the difference is, people that are content and happy and to stay in their jobs, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Nothing against them at all. I just want to live to my fullest potential. I want to get to the end and think, fuck me, yeah, happy with that. As opposed to looking ahead at the rest of my life and thinking, is this it? And being, yeah, okay, yeah, this is right. Fair enough. If you want to live that life, you want an easy life and you want to coast through it, absolutely fine. I don't. I would rather struggle, hustle, learn, fail, learn, fail, learn, fail, learn, fail. And even if I get to the end of my life and I'm still, nothing's really changed, I will be like, yeah, I tried my fucking hardest, and I'd be content with that. I wouldn't be content with the opposite. But that is how entrepreneurs think. They are willing to take calculated risks. This isn't a risk, guys. You don't start rent to rent and think, oh, I hope this works. It's like, no, you follow the path that has been put in front of you, which was put in front of me, and you just walk it, and you take the steps, and you do the research, you do the due diligence, you take on a property which you've done due diligence on and stress test. You don't just take a punt on it and hope it works and waste thousands of pounds. That is not what this is about. When I started, I was completely brand new and I had 3 properties accepted, and the liability, the monthly liability, was £7,500. That was petrifying, absolutely petrifying. But I trusted my due diligence. I'm like, it will work. I've got demand. I know I can fill the rooms. I've got 190 people messaging me on spare room, but I've only got 16 rooms to fill. I will fill these rooms, but it's in your mind. Like, what if it doesn't? It's like, forget your mind. Trust the data. Trust the process. So I took all 3 on, even though I was completely shitting myself, and it worked. Because the process works. But I had a mentor there to back me up, to say, Kenny, it'll be fine. You're not the first and you won't be the last. So it's nice to hear that. Hopefully this is helpful, guys. But yeah, if you haven't read this book, go buy it. It will be one of the best books you've ever read. And if you get to the end and think, yeah, that was epic, the second book for you is The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Or T. Eker Harv, something like that. Another epic book and a favourite of mine. Have yourself an amazing weekend. Bye-bye!